Hi, I'm Ralph Serpe with the Adams County Community Foundation, and welcome to Open House Christmas Edition. Today I'm joined with Steve Rasmussen, CEO of Adams Electric Cooperative here in Gettysburg, Adams County. Welcome.
Thanks, Ralph. Appreciate it.
So today's Open House Christmas Edition, we are talking about generosity. And when I think about generosity in the business or the cooperative community, I can think of no other organization that's been as generous as Adams Electric Cooperative with our community. We were talking earlier about how people have very short distances between information they need and the person they go to. And when organizations need some support, they go right to you. So, and at the Adams County Community Foundation, we do the same thing. So thank you for your support.
Very welcome.
Can you tell us a little bit about generosity at Adams Electric Cooperative and what that looks like in terms of people working with other electric companies around the country and then working locally in the community? Where does that generosity of spirit come from?
Sure. I really think it comes from our mission statement. It's more about, you want to deliver electricity to folks, you want to do it with a reasonable price in mind, but the cooperatives were born to really enhance the communities that they serve. And that's part of our mission statement. And when you deal with a mission statement that really touches the communities, I think our members, our employees, our board of directors, they're all engaged in that. And that's really what it boils down to. Give back to that community.
One of the projects that we work with you on is Project Helping Hand. Can you tell us a little bit about Project Helping Hand? How does it work? How is it funded? And where did it come from?
Yeah, Project Helping Hand, it's been around long before I came to the cooperative, which was 18 years ago. So it probably still dates back to the 80s, if I remember correctly.
The 1880s? You know, we're big on that here.
Yeah, 1880s electricity, not quite, but
okay.
The 1980s.
Okay,
and really, it's a fund that was created by our members. We serve about 30,000 members in South Central Pennsylvania, and we give them the option to round up their electric bill. And then we take that roundup, which doesn't amount to much for most people. On average, it's $6 a year, which in the grand scheme of things isn't a big deal, but when you've got thousands of people contributing to that $6 on an annual basis, it does allow us to then help other members who are struggling for some reason, whether it's a financial situation, loss of a job, maybe a death in the family, and we're able to help them pay their electric bill.
So your members can round up their electric bill. Do we call it an electric bill or do we call it something else?
It's still an electric bill.
Okay,
yes.
And that portion actually comes to the community foundation.
Right.
And then, but you don't say who the money
Correct.
goes to.
We work with local agencies who determine which ones of our members really truly need that money. And so they work with them, they help them out. A little bit of a contribution by that member, but we try to get them as much assistance as we can. And it just goes a long way, especially during, as you know, the winter time.
Sure.
It's cold out there. And I'm sorry not to interrupt, but I have to also say it's not just our members that are engaged with it. Our employees take a portion of their paycheck and give to Project Helping Hand as well, as long as with our directors. So it's about the members, but it's about the organization as a whole.
Well, I was going to ask you about that because it's not, while the generosity does come top down, bottom up, members and staff, you have a special crew that works at Adams Electric Cooperative, both in your administrative offices and out in the community. Tell us what that looks like.
We do. We've got long-term employees who really are committed to providing that service to our membership, that service to our communities. And I think when you have long-term employees that are engaged and understand your mission and understand what you're all about, not just providing that electricity again, but really improving that quality of life in the communities we serve, it's really easy. And the employees make it so easy. They want to be involved. They want to do a good deed within the community, and they've been doing it for a long, long time. Very fortunate.
I think what's unique about what you do is whether it's Project Helping Hands or whether it's restoring power in another part of the country when your crews go out of state, is that you're providing that generous spirit to people that you don't know, that your staff, in the people who work for Adams Electric, you don't know who you're helping on the other side of Project Helping Hands. You don't know who you're helping when you're restoring energy and power in other parts of the country. And that seems to permeate what you all do.
Yeah, that's the cooperative spirit. It really is.
So you have some folks in your at Adams Electric who focus directly on community engagement, but it seems that all of you are also engaged in the community.
I'll tell you, one way or another, almost every single employee wants to be involved in their communities. And I think part of that is a lot of people grew up here. So they grew up here, they work here. They just, whether it's Adams County, we serve several other counties, no matter what part of South Central Pennsylvania those folks are from, they really are engaged with their communities. And it's just great to have them on board, have them be part of our organization, and have them give back without pushing them to give back. They want to give back.
So is that what, I mean, I know on the weekends you're a big football fan, so it's really tough to
Some years.
wrestle, yeah, that's true, wrestle you away from football. But did you become this generous when you came to Adams Electric? Were you like this growing up? What's your story?
Well, yeah, my parents always gave what they could. Lower middle class family, they were hardworking people. They would want to help out when they could. Didn't have a lot of financial resources to do so, didn't have a lot of time to do so, but they always wanted to help people out. So I think it starts with your parents, it really does. But I will say that I was an only child, and sometimes only children have a little stigma about being a little more self-absorbed. And I don't know if that's true or not. I'd like to disagree with that. But let's just say the first part of my life, I was more self-absorbed and wasn't really understanding what it meant to give back. And I think when I came to Adams County, I was 27 years old, and I really met a lot of people in this community that I learned from. And I think a lot of my giving back is because of those people that I've met since I've been here for 18 years. And I think it really is a great community.
I think you've just, you hit the double whammy or triple whammy. You had a generous, your parents were generous when you were growing up. Mm-hmm. You've moved to a generous community, and now you work for an organization, a cooperative that's generous. Yeah. So you can't escape it whether you want to or not.
And I don't.
Yeah,
so I enjoy it. You get a lot out of it. You know.
Yeah, and we're really happy that you're here, because I think for folks that work with Adams Electric, we recognize that that encouragement of staff to volunteer and to give and to be a part of this community really comes top down and bottom up, and you exemplify that. You have a unique perspective in Adams County and in our region. You know, your cooperative serves a broad spectrum of people, and you have a broad spectrum of customers. Thinking about this community, what are your hopes for Adams County in the future?
That's a loaded question. I'm
It
glad
is.
you saved that for towards the tail end of the conversation.
Right.
You know, I think this community offers a lot. It really does. And I think we have a lot of different perspectives in this community, a lot of people that kind of have differing opinions on what direction it should go. And we're all right and we're all wrong. And somehow we just have to find a better way of communicating with one another and just making it a great place to live, work, and be. And I think it is for me, but it could be for a lot more people. And that's what I'd like to see us work on.
Well, great. Yeah. Steve, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for helping lead Adams Electric Cooperative to the top of generous cooperative and membership organizations in the county and in South Central Pennsylvania. We're really happy that you're a part of the Community Foundation. We're really happy you're a part of this community. And who would have thought that a CPA would have rose to the top of such a visible, community-centered organization? I mean, you're not only inspiring generous people, but you're inspiring those who like numbers more than they tend to like people. Thank you for that.
Thanks,
we know
Ralph.
each other, I
Appreciate
could
it.
say that. I'm Ralph Serpe with the Adams County Community Foundation. Thank you for joining us in this segment of Open House Christmas Edition. Thanks for joining us.